So I've put in the chat the mantra for blessing the mala, which we've been doing before we do the practice, as a way to increase our merit by 6 trillion times when we recite the mantra. Anytime you use your mala, then for the day it's multiplied. So it's a great method for earning easy merit. And if you're looking for more mantras, in the material section, there's the booklet from Lama Rinpoche on the method to transform in a suffering life into happiness. And it has lots of mantras in there. And I think next week we'll do another mantra so that you get a taste of different ones. So you can do the mala blessing mantra before we start, and then we'll do a mantra for multiplying the merit of the recitation the next time. So then you'll get very familiar with some of these different mantras. So the way it works is you say it 7 times, and then you blow on your mala and rub it between your hands to bless it. Okay. Om RUTSIRA Mani Prawartaya Hum. 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 Great. So then let's take a minute to just settle our energy. So checking your meditation posture. The most important thing is that your back is straight, which allows your breath and your energy to move easily through your body. And it should be straight without being stiff and uncomfortable. So your shoulders and your jaw and neck, everything should be relaxed. And so just start to feel your body. Feel the sensations in your body, where you're connecting to your chair or cushion. Perhaps your arms or your hands are touching your legs. And then there's movement and sensation within the body. And just pay attention to it without labeling it. So instead of thinking pain or stress, just notice what does the sensation feel like? More like tingling or shooting or whatever it is, just notice it. And if there's a lot of sensation, try just gently breathing into that area and watching what happens. And then take 3 nice deep breaths just to relax, let go of the day. Bringing your focus in continually inwards. Your eyes can be closed, or if there's a risk of sleepiness, half open, gaze down. You're just trying to minimize distractions. Some people also have eyes open, looking at a blank wall. Whatever is most helpful for you. And so let's begin by just thinking about our motivation. Always wanting to hold the wish that may all the actions of my body, speech, and mind only benefit others. That the purpose of my life is to develop wisdom and compassion in order to help others, both by refraining from harm, by keeping ethics, morality, and developing an altruistic wish based on a universal view of all sentient beings being equal, wishing them happiness, and doing everything we can in order to fulfill all their needs. And we can best do that by becoming a Buddha, by developing our mind into the mind of enlightenment. And when we can see reality how it truly exists, when we have that perfect compassion, then we will have the skills and the knowledge in order to be of benefit to all sentient beings, every moment. And so we do this practice of purification in order to use the four opponent powers to purify past mistakes we've made and create new habits that help us to stay on this path. And so begin by thinking about those mistakes that we may have made. And typically our actions are thought of as in three different ways: the actions of body, speech, and mind. And it's very helpful to just even think about today, anything specific you can remember, no matter how small, because karma being both definite and having the quality of expanding, even small mistakes can reap huge results later. So we want to purify everything. And then keeping in mind also things that we may have done previously in our life. Perhaps we have some things that we still feel guilty about, even though that's not helpful. That still just may be the case. Something we haven't forgiven ourselves for. Here we have a healthy way of looking back at it with some regret, that we don't want to experience the suffering from that mistake, and knowing that it's empty of any inherent existence. It's a dependent arising that can change, and we can do that with this practice. And then a more general wish to purify any mistakes we've made in all our past lives, even the ones we don't remember. We've made countless mistakes of all different types. And we wish to purify those as well. And so to do that, we rely on this practice of the Buddha Vajrasattva. Vajrasattva, who is inseparable from the Guru. Vajrasattva, whose purpose is to help us purify this bad karma out of perfect wisdom and compassion. And so we rely on this method, visualizing Vajrasattva above the crown of your head. And the picture is on your screen, which you can use as a meditational aid. If you have the initiation, you can visualize Vajrasattva with consort. If not, use the solitary figure. He's seated cross-legged on a white lotus. Beautiful white light body. Holding a vajra with his right hand at his heart and the bell at the level of his lap in his left hand. Looking at us, or looking with a sweet face, full of love and compassion. Not critical, not judgmental, only wanting to help us. His entire purpose is to benefit us. And then we say the prayer of refuge 3 times. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on guru-vajasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on guru-vajasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on guru-vajasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. And we want to really have this strong motivation of compassion. We rely on the kindness of all sentient beings in order to have our own happiness of peace of mind, peace of body. And we don't want to harm them. And so we regret anyone who we have harmed. We regret harming them. And we feel great compassion that because we've harmed them, they will suffer and they will harm us and suffer because of the harm they do to us. It's a vicious circle. When we harm others, then we create seeds they will harm us. And there's suffering over and over. And so we want to purify that. We want to break the chain for the sake of all sentient beings. And so we ask Vajrasattva, please purify all of these negative karmas. And he very gladly helps us to purify any mistakes of the body first by sending down a powerful stream of white nectar, blissful white nectar, that enters the crown of your head, filling your body and pushing all those negative actions out as a black inky liquid through your lower orifices. And when it exits your body, it just completely disappears, no residue. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dida Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anuraktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Mempariyatsa Sarva Karma Sutta Me Sitam Shriyam Kudahum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarva Tata Gata Vajrama Memutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dida Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anuraktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Mempariyatsa Sarva Karma Sutta Me Sitam Shriyam Kudahum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarva Tata Gata Vajrama Memutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dido Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anuraktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Mempariyatsa Sarva Karma Sutta Me Sitam Shriyam Kudahum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarva Tata Gata Vajrama Memutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dido Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anuraktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Mempariyatsa Sarva Karma Sutta Me Sitam Shriyam Kudahum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarva Tata Gata Vajrama Memutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denu Patita Dido Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anuraktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Mempariyatsa Sarva Karma Sutta Me Sitam Shriyam Kudahum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarva Tata Gata Vajrama Memutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dido Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anuraktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Mempariyatsa Sarva Karma Sutta Me Sitam Shriyam Kudahum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarva Tata Gata Vajrama Memutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dido Mebawa Sutashaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anuraktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Mempariyatsa Sarva Karma Sutta Me Sitam Shriyam Kudahum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarva Tata Gata Sapa Ahum Pe.
Thank you, Sarah. Bless you.
That all of your actions of body, speech, and mind, all of your actions of body have been completely purified. Your body filled with the white nectar. So then we purify any actions, negative actions of our speech. And again, Vajrasattva very compassionately sends down blissful white nectar through the crown of our heads, filling our body, and this time pushing up those negative actions of speech as the blacky ink liquid coming out the top of our body. And as it exits our body, it again completely dissipates. No residue, just totally gone. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dito Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadaktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajra Mame Mutsa Vajra Baha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dito Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajra Mame Mutsa Vajra Baha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dito Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadaktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajra Mame Mutsa Vajra Baha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dito Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadaktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajra Mame Mutsa Vajra Baha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dito Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadaktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajra Mame Mutsa Vajra Baha Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dito Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadaktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajra Mame Mutsa Vajra Baha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dito Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadaktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajra Mame Mutsa Vajra Baha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. Your body filled with the blissful white nectar completely purifies all past negative actions of speech. How amazing. And now to purify our actions of mind, all of the thoughts that we have, whether or not we act on them. Vajrasattva compassionately sends down light rays, and the light ray enters the crown of our head, illuminating the inside of our body instantly, like a light being turned on in a dark room. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dito Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadaktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajra Mame Mutsa Vajra Baha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dito Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadaktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Memprayatsa Sarva Karma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajra Mame Mutsa Vajra Baha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyasa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatada Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabhamaha Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabhamaha Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyasa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabhamaha Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabhamaha Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dido Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyasa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabhamaha Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe. And now all of those past negative actions, of negative thoughts, delusions, completely purified. And then again, any residue left, even the subtlest imprint of negative energy on your mind. Vajrasattva sends down light rays, again, instantly lighting the inside of your body, removing the last traces of any ignorance, any negativity. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabhamaha Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabhamaha Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabhamaha Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabhamaha Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dena Patita Dido Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadati Mebawa Sarvasiti Membriyatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuduhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabhamaha Samaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dida Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Anadaktu Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Membaryatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sutam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patita Dito Mebawa Sutoshaya Mebawa Suposhaya Mebawa Ananakti Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Membaryatsa Sarvakarma Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabaha Mahasamaya Sapa Ahum Pe. Now our body is completely filled with light, and all of our actions, all of the residue of our actions of our body, speech, and mind, anything negative we have done is completely purified. And so the very important fourth step is to set our resolve not to repeat our mistakes. And for any specific mistakes we have a habit of making, we want to set a very reasonable goal of not repeating it for even the next minute, the next 5 minutes, till we wake up, next day, whatever you think you can actually keep. If you're refreshing your vows, then you want to think to keep them for the rest of your life. And thinking in general to just make an effort to avoid any negative actions of body, speech, and mind. This is what helps us to change, having that attitude of wanting to avoid them. Even if we make mistakes again, which we will, that's why we continue to purify. But every time we make the wish to change, it makes it stronger and stronger that we develop these new habits. Guru-Vajasattva is so happy. He dissolves into light, wanting to merge with us, enters through the crown of our head, merging completely with our body and speech and mind, so that we are one with the Guru, one with Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind. Thinking in emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. None of them exist from their own side. And then we say these dedication prayers. As a result of the three parts of myself and others, may bodhicitta, from which the happiness of all sentient beings comes, generated in the minds of self and other sentient beings without delay, even for 1 second, and that which has been generated, may it increase. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may emptiness be generated in the minds of self and other sentient beings without delay, even for 1 second, and that which has been generated, may it increase. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may I, who am empty from my own side, achieve Guru Shakyamuni Buddhist enlightenment, which is empty from its own side, and lead all sentient beings who are empty from their own side to that enlightenment which is empty from its own side as quickly as possible by myself alone. And we also want to make sure to dedicate for the long lives of our precious gurus, especially His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Lama Zopa Rinpoche. May they always remain. May they keep us close to us until all sentient beings attain enlightenment.